Hi everyone, this is Amanda Wilson and this is my portfolio presentation. I'm starting with this one that I created in the color theory class. I like the way this one turned out, and I feel that it's always nice to show that you have a good basic understanding of the basics. You always have to know the foundations before you can move forward. And this just shows that I understand color theory. And this was really in the beginning of school when I didn't have much experience at all. So I was pretty proud at how this turned out, how I used the like pyramids instead of just a boring way to display it. This is one of the, we had to do a digital painting and recreate an already existing painting. So I wanted to include this to show that I am able to use Photoshop really well and create correct dimensions and choose the correct brushes. This one I was really proud of because it was very difficult to do. It took a lot of patience and a lot of referencing the original photo and going back and forth. So I think this is just an important one to include because it shows I can use Photoshop, and this was such a huge project, and I learned how to use all the brushes and picking correct colors, so that's why I have that one. Then I chose to include this one. This was a logo that I had to create for a fictional company that I made up. So just showing that I can use Illustrator to design and create logos, and then also showing the color schemes that I had chosen. I also feel is important, and just displaying the logos in a different way so that a company could pick which one that they like the most. I was proud of this one just because I had not designed logos before this, so it was kind of my real first taste at it, and I like how it turned out. I feel that it's a pretty strong logo. So then this is the poster that I created for that company. I had gone through a few changes to it, and this is what I ended up with. And I do like the way that it turned out. I did get feedback on this saying, though, that they weren't sure what the product was. And I guess now looking at it, I totally see that. It was for a dog toy company, so maybe I might have to change this to include that some way just to make it clear, because if it was just hanging up, I understand how someone might not totally understand what it's for. So that was really great feedback. And then I just wanted to create the shadows and the grass so that they looked like shadows. But I like this one. This was my first time making a poster, so it shows potential employers that I can make posters. This one was a prototype that I had made for another fictional company, just showing that I can create prototypes and wireframes and understand layout and typography and what kind of content to include, I feel is important to show. This one I was proud of too because, well, I had to create the logo. It's pretty simple, but this was all just, I didn't have much experience with this at all either, so I was just proud that I was able to lay it all out. All right. And then this was a mobile website that I had created. It's just a screenshot, but there is a website for this you can go to, but I just decided to include the screenshot so you could see. And we had to work on the hamburger navigation menu, which was really difficult, but I finally got it to work, so I was really, really proud of that. And then just doing like fluid images and a fluid layout. So I feel like that's important to show that I can write code for websites and do mobile websites as well. And then the last thing that I did want to include was this is one of my fine art pieces. I know that I'm trying to go for graphic design, but my background is in fine arts. And I do want to show potential employers that I do have that ability and that skill because I do feel like it can come in handy. I'm kind of battling with whether to include stuff like this or not, so it would be great if I could get some feedback on that and see what you guys think. Okay, thanks.